All right, so what's up? What's going on? Welcome to JA News.
It's up.
For today's show, we're talking upcoming releases. We got an Adidas Fear of God update, courtesy of the man Jerry Lorenzo himself. And it looks like the rollout has officially begun as Ye drops his new single via all streaming platforms, but of course, with a few key updates. So stay tuned, we got all that plus more, and it's coming right up next. All right, so I appreciate y'all. Salute to everybody for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great holiday. Now to kick off today's show, we're gonna start with one of sneakers' biggest names, Travis Scott. Of course, we know he has those Mac Attack joints on the way, and we'll actually see if they do drop the Jumpman Jack pair coming up this holiday season as they originally planned to, or if they decide to push those back until 2024. Now currently, of course, he's on his Utopia tour, so we're gonna take a look at this clip. Stay tuned to see how Travis reacts to this fan jumping on stage. So that was really dope. I'm sitting back here expecting like security to come knock bro the out, but it looks like Trav let bro live. He did have to manhandle him a little bit, but he let this fan have the time of his life. So really cool moment. Now, as far as sneakers goes, coming up next month, probably the most hype release of the month has to be these Kobe 6 Protro Reverse Grinch. We got the official images loaded on the back end of Nike, and it looks like they're teasing an early release as they ask you via the sneakers app, which launch method would you prefer? And out of 323,000 votes, it looks like 58% of you guys chose shock drop over the 42% which chose early access. So everybody's panicking. When will the shock drop be? If you check your YouTube timeline, you'll probably see like 20, 30 YouTubers claiming to know when these joints are gonna drop, but nobody actually knows. So the good thing is though, you guys don't have to panic. You can enjoy your Thanksgiving holiday because of course, as they've been doing all year, Nike will notify us, right before the drop. So you guys don't have to panic. Just enjoy your holiday season, and then come next week, we'll start to worry about this release. So this one just popped up, but we got a first look at the Jordan 3 Green Glow. Now these images come courtesy of Private Selection. This sneaker is set to drop sometime next year, and the Jordan 3 Green Glow is based off a previous Jordan brand release, the Jordan 4 Green Glow, which dropped back in the day. At the time, I was heavy into copping Jordans. I was pretty much grabbing most retro releases, so I do remember this release vividly, and I may get a lot of hate for this, but I felt like back in the day, joints were trash. I passed on them, and now taking a look back at these Jordan 4 Green Glows, I gotta say, they haven't aged too well, and I believe they didn't actually glow in the dark. If I remember correctly, it may be more so that the green glow was just based off that shade of green that we saw on that release. Now, as far as this updated 2024 Jordan 3 Green Glow, I gotta say they kept things light, kept it simple. You just added that little green on the eyelids there. So joints are okay, but I gotta say, looking at the images, like the quality on this pair definitely looks trash. So let me know what you guys think. If you disagree with my opinion, let me know down below. And with all this Kobe Reverse Grinch talk, we got New Balance out here about to drop their own version of the Grinches. So we got the New Balance 990 V4 Mistletoe. Now this pair is a DTLR exclusive release, and as you guys know, with these DTLR drops, they like to use a lot of vibrant colors. So we got the New Balance Mistletoes, but I ain't buying it. These joints right here are the New Balance Grinches. And while I love the 990 V4, matter of fact, I love all the 990s, but as far as this colorway goes, these joints are just doing just a little bit too much for me. But at the end of the day, that doesn't matter because this is a kids exclusive release coming up this Monday, November 27th. So just as a disclaimer, if your kids are asking for the Grinches for Christmas, do not buy them these joints right here because trust me, they will be highly disappointed. And I did want to share a little personal update with you guys. So I will have a merch drop coming up soon. Previously, I did decentralize, but Godspeed is the new wave. Now, at a later date, I will provide a whole concept, all of the inspiration behind the name Godspeed. But to give you a little preview, as far as the designs go, they will be inspired by like vintage religious merch tied in with vintage military design. So you may have seen me rocking some of the samples, but as far as one of the first approved tees, I'm rocking right now. So we got hoodies as well as hats as well. Godspeed is on the way. All right, and with those quick updates out the way, it's time to get into today's major story. So it looks like the rollout has officially begun. It looks like we're back, y'all, as Ye, Dollar Sign, The Collective has dropped their first official single. So it's been a while since we got a new Ye record, and I gotta say this one has definitely been refreshing for me personally. I know it's a little bit controversial. People are a little torn as far as the sound, but previously I mentioned it was a trap beat, but I wanna give a little update, as far as sonically, as I've had now more time to listen to it. So I actually wanna correct myself. It sounds more of like a drill beat, and I'm referring to like that 2010 drill sound, specifically like Chief Keef, produced by Young Chop, those heavy use of the bells, which we definitely see are present here on this record. Now, as far as updates go, you will make a notice here that it looks like Lil Durk has been removed from the record, so we'll be getting into that a little bit more, but I actually feel like it's an upgrade by taking him off the record. Now, the artwork for the album, really cool. It definitely gives like that God's Country, Wyoming aura type of vibe, so really cool. As far as the record label, it looks like based off the official credits, I believe this is being released independently. So we got Ye going up against the entire music industry. So as far as the updates to the record, it looks like they did add a little bit of Ye singing on the intro with Ty Dolla $ign. As I mentioned, they removed Lil Durk's verse, which I feel like is a plus on this track. And the reason why is because, you have the whole beat switch up. I feel like originally the song was just too long. So you have the first 3 verses with the original beat, and then at the end, Ty Dolla $ign finishes it off with that amazing beat switch up. So by removing Lil Durk off the verse, I feel like it makes the whole song sound better. You got the 2 verses, then the final verse switches it up with the whole beat change. And while they could have removed one person from the record, I mean, it was either going to be Lil Durk. They weren't taking Ye or Ty Dolla $ign off the record, so it was either Bump J or Lil Durk. So I felt like they made the right move by taking Lil Durk off. And he was probably blocked by his label anyways. As you guys know, Lil Durk is signed to Interscope Records, who is run by Jimmy Iovine. So it could have been that they blocked the feature. I mean, I don't think my man Lil Durk flew all the way out there to record the verse just for it to be scrapped. So in my opinion, it was probably label issues. But honestly, I feel like with him taking him off the record, it actually makes the song sound better. Now, previously, I wasn't too hype on Bump J's verse, but I gotta say over time, it's definitely grown on me. He got a unique flow, and he definitely floated on this song. Now, as far as putting Bump J on this track, I'm not from Chicago, so I don't know the exact history. I haven't looked anything up, but I remember as a kid, Bump J, I think he did have a record in rotation, like a video back in the day on Rap City. And then if I'm not mistaken, like he went away for a long bit or whatever. So by putting him on the record, definitely was a little more personal. It was a Chicago touch. So I feel like that was a really cool move. So Vultures featuring Bump J is out on all major streaming platforms. It looks like this is an independent release. We'll see if any major distributors help with this project's release, but let me know what you guys think. Has the record grown on you? I want to say for me, I've played this joint out too many times, but I'm definitely rocking with it. I'm excited for the upcoming project. It looks like Ye, he's going to be going one-on-one versus the entire industry, but if there's one single artist that can do it, it's definitely him. So we'll see how this whole thing plays out. We'll see if this song actually makes the album charts. So it's going to be a lot of big updates coming next week. Stay tuned. All right, and lastly, we got an Adidas Fear of God Athletics update courtesy of Jerry Lorenzo. Now, anytime one of these major sneaker blogs posts Adidas Fear of God, the comment sections automatically get bombarded with a whole bunch of hate. So you get comments like Jerry should have never left Nike. You get comments like it isn't 2015 anymore, or of course you hear the typical they waited too long. And is all of this hate warranted? I mean, Jerry Lorenzo at one point was one of streetwear's hottest designers. Fear of God has been in the industry for over 10 years. So is all of the hate warranted? I feel like at one point when Adidas and Fear of God first made the announcement, they had the potential to really gravitate and capture like that mainstream hype beast Nike Jordan audience. But I feel like with all of the teasers, the prolonged release, they may have missed the opportunity to really catch that audience. But as far as Fear of God being a success, it doesn't really matter if they grab that audience. I feel like as long as they reach that Fear of God core audience, as well as some of these Adidas, loyal, diehard enthusiasts buy into the brand, it will be a success. But you never know, maybe Jerry has something to tuck. If he does have a silhouette that he hasn't shown yet, maybe he's got like some real heat waiting for us, then possibly they could do the impossible and really captivate that audience. But we'll see how things go as far as the release goes. Now, as far as the release date, December 8th was the date that leaked, and it looks like Jerry has replied to somebody on IG where he says that we're just about 2 weeks away, which would align with that December 8th release. So it looks like we got Fear of God, Athletics dropping at the top of December. Now, personally, I'm really excited so far what we've seen. A lot of great sneakers, so I'm excited to at least check out those basketball joints. And then it'll be real interesting to see if Jerry's been holding something back. Like, could you imagine if he's got like a real crazy heat silhouette that nobody's seen yet, and he just shocks the world and drops them joints? It'll really go crazy. So we'll see how the whole thing plays out. But again, we're just about 2 weeks away from Adidas Fear of God. Let me know what you guys think. Are you excited for the drop, or do you feel like he just took way too long and lost all the momentum? So we're gonna wrap things up right here. Let me know how you guys feel. If you haven't done so yet, help me out by dropping a thumbs up. So we're gonna wrap it up. Make sure y'all stay safe, stay blessed, and I'm out, y'all. Love, and have a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll be back for you guys Friday. I'm out.